Hi guys, this is my first Android tutorial on. Basically, I'm going to explain to you what an introduction of what Android Studio is, and basically, I'm not going to start with downloading the Android Studio and showing you as to what and how do you need to install SDK folder. It's just a one-step process that is there. You just need to go to this link that I have on my blog, and you will get to this link. You need to install Android Studio and the standalone SDK. You need to have both of these in your desktop or laptop in order to start working on Android Studio. So basically, when you open Android Studio exe file, you'll be asked to reference your reference to the SDK folder, which is your standalone SDK tools, which you need to reference at the time of the splash screen starts. So when everything is set up, you will actually end up with this console where you need to have a start Android Studio projects, and click on Android Studio. Basically, in this portion, you'll have application name and company domain and package name. In application name, it's just the basic name of the application that you're trying to make, and a company domain is refers to as the package name that is there. Maybe you need to make sure that you have a package name that is unique, so that when you're actually hosting this app on Play Store, you need to have this particular package name to be unique, so that it doesn't conflict with other package name of the other users. So next, you will have different flavors of Android you can choose from, and next comes the blank activity. This is the default activity which will be shown when you actually open up the app, and next you will have the name of the activity that would be name of the activity which is going to be shown first, and then you need to click finish, and you'll be good to go. So click on this. I have already set up my project, and I am going to start with the introduction about types of folders that are there in Android Studio. So basically, I'm going to start with a values folder, which is actually a folder which you need to use when you have to reference a particular string in different project, so that when you are trying to change the value of that string, you don't need to change the value of the string everywhere in your project. You just need to reference it over here, and every time you want to change a piece of string, you just need to change in the strings.xml. So mainly it helps you to make your code more beautiful and more readable for user's point of view and for your also point of view. Like for example, if I want to have suppose my name, and mind you, spaces are not allowed inside name. Okay, so this would not actually work. This would not work. So you will have an underscore. So if I have Pranav Bridge over here, and I need to reference this string, my name, in different areas. Like for example, I will need to reference it in my text view. So I'll do just text, and I'll reference this @string my name. So what it would do is that it will automatically reference your strings.xml to your text view on the basis of the key value that is present, that is my name. And everywhere in your piece of code, you can actually reference it to @string.xml, @string / my name, and whatever key name you have. So you can also dynamically add this to your Java code, which I'll explain it in the later videos of mine. Basically, like for example, if you want to have different colors, so every time in piece of code you need to have a hash 00 piece and write all that different colors in your code. So basically, you can reference all the colors from your values folder. Like for example, if I want to have a colors folder, I'll add this colors folder, and like for example, I want a black color, do hash 00000. So it would automatically reference my black color. I want to reference this black color. I want to have a background color as black. So I'll do black color and I'll choose black. So automatically it will change the color of the background to black. Similarly, you can do it in the Android or in Java code also, that I'll explain in later videos. And so basically, whenever you're trying to reference different values, you can use that using your values folder. Now comes values folder. So coming on to your layout folders, the layout folder generally contains all the layouts that you want to make. Like for example, you want to make a sign up page, you want to make different layouts. So basically all that layout designing and comes in your XML layout folder. Like for now, if you want to use add different images to your project, so basically you use add all the images into your drawable folder. You need to make sure that whenever you're trying to use a drawable folder, you need to have different size of images for a particular image. Like for example, it might happen that the particular image that you're trying to add in the drawable folder might only be compatible with low DPI devices and not applicable with high DPI devices. So it might cause an error. So you need to make sure that you have different images for different devices. So I'll post a tool that I have that is present online, which helps you to convert different images into low DPI, high DPI, and XDPI and XXDPI, so that it is compatible with all the devices that you're trying to host your app in. So basically, when you're trying to add an image into your project, you can choose any image. Like for example, if I have a facet image, I can add this image to my project, and then you can reference this image using drawable/facets. So automatically it change the color of the background to change the background to the image that I have chosen. Now coming on to Android Manifest. Android Manifest is the piece of code where you actually add all the activities and all the services that you're trying to use in your project. So mainly when you're trying to add different activities in your Java code and making different layouts, you need to make sure that it is also written inside your Android Manifest. So I'll explain to you what intent filters are in later videos of mine. So basically, like for example, if you want to start with a new activity, so what you can do is you can new and then activity, blank activity, and then you can hit enter. Automatically it will start a new activity, automatically create a new activity for you, and it will automatically add activity into your Android Manifest. Okay, so but for example, if you want to have different services that you are trying to use, like for example, if you want to have a notification, then you need to add services inside your Android Manifest, so that the manifest gets to know that you're trying to use a particular service of Android. So thank you guys. This was a brief introduction of what Android Studio is and what are the different folders that you have inside Android Studio. If you have any problem or if my video is not clear enough, please write in the section below and please subscribe.